herself fast, wondering if she's really interested in you. In this video, we uncover the surprising signs a woman gives when they're genuinely attracted and how to spot them with confidence. Stick around to learn the subtle cues that reveal her true feelings and transform the way you understand attraction. One of the most telling yet often overlooked signs that a woman is genuinely interested in you is her body orientation and proximity. Humans are wired to subconsciously align their bodies toward people they're emotionally drawn to, which means that even subtle shots and posture, foot placement, or shoulder angle can signal attention and attraction. For example, if she consistently positions herself so that her torso or feet face you, even in a group setting, or if she leans slightly toward you while speaking, these actions reveal a subconscious prioritization of your presence. Social and evolutionary psychology explained this as part of nonverbal communication. Proximity and body orientation are mechanisms humans evolved to establish connection and evaluate potential mates or emotionally incompatible partners. Importantly, these cues are often involuntary, making them far more reliable than verbal expressions, which can be socially influenced or performative. Observing consistent orientation, particularly when paired with other subtle cues like mirroring gestures or eye contact, can provide a strong evidence that she genuinely interested and emotionally engaged with you. Another profound indicator of interest is eye contact combined with subtle facial micro-expressions. Prolonged or repeated eye contact triggers the release of oxytocin, a hormone associated with bonding, trust, and attachment, creating a sense of emotional closeness. Micro-expressions are tiny, involuntary facial movements that reveal genuine emotion, often accompany attraction, such as a fleeting smile, a raised eyebrow, or a slight pupil dilation. When she sees you, psychology research demonstrates that humans cannot easily control micro-expressions, making them one of the most reliable nonverbal cues. When a woman holds your gaze longer than socially necessary or allows her eyes to linger during conversation, it signals a curiosity and emotional engagement. Additionally, eye contact often interacts with other behaviors like leaning in, laughing, or mirroring gestures, creating a constellation of cues that collectively indicate interest, understanding, and interpreting. These microsignals allows you to discern authentic attraction without needing explicit verbal confirmation. A subtle yet revealing signal is mirroring. When she unconsciously copies your gestures, speech patterns, or posture, psychology studies confirm that mirroring reflects empathy, rapport, and emotional synchrony, behavior that are strongly associated with attraction. For example, if you cross your legs and she mirrors the action moments later, or if you lean forward to emphasize a point and she does the same, these actions indicate that her nervous system is attuned to yours. Mirroring serves as a nonverbal form of emotional connection, demonstrating comfort and unconscious alignment. Beyond gestures, this synchrony can extend to tone of voice, speech pace, or laughter patterns. Recognizing consistent mirroring in combination with other cues like sustained attention, smiling, or playful teasing provides robust evidence that she's emotionally and subconsciously interested in you. Another significant psychological sign of interest is playful teasing or light humor. When she teases you in a friendly, non-hostile manner, it's often her way of creating intimacy while testing emotional and social boundaries. Social psychology explains that teasing reduces tension, fosters bonding, and signals comfort, which are essential foundations for attraction. For example, if she jokes about your quirks or playfully challenges your opinions, it demonstrates that she feels secure enough to engage in risk-free vulnerability while gauging compatibility. Light teasing also stimulates emotional arousal and excitement, subtly deepening interaction through shared laughter and emotional engagement. When combined with other cues like physical proximity, eye contact, or affectionate gestures, teasing becomes an indicator of interest and emotional investment and building connection. The fifth surprising sign is her ability to remember small details about you and refer back to them later. Psychology research shows that remembering personal information is a sign of cognitive and emotional engagement because the brain prioritizes what it values most. If she recalls your favorite coffee order, the names of your friends, or previous conversations, demonstrates attention, care, and subconscious interest. These behaviors reflect more than a simple politeness. They indicate that she is actively investing mental and emotional energy in understanding you and maintaining a meaningful connection. Moreover, consistently recalling details across multiple interaction signals a long-term attention and attraction. Rather than casual or fleeting interest, recognizing this pattern helps you differentiate between genuine emotional engagement and superficial social niceties. A subtle but powerful indicator of genuine interest is changes in her voice when speaking to you. Psychology and evolutionary research revealed that people naturally adjust vocal tone and pacing when interacting with someone they attracted to. For instance, her pitch may become slightly higher or warmer. Her words may slow down and her speech may carry more expressive intonation. These micro adjustments are largely unconscious and serve to convey friendliness, availability, and emotional engagement. And in practical terms, if she laughs more readily at your jokes, softens her tone when sharing stories, or varies her voice in subtle ways during conversation, it's often a signal of her comfortable and subconscious desire to create rapport. Voice modulation works in tandem with other cues such as eye contact, mirroring, and physical proximity to create an emotional resonance that builds attraction at both conscious and subconscious level. Touch is one of the most immediate and primal ways humans signal connection, but when it's subtle, it can indicate genuine interest without being overt. A light touch on the arm, shoulder, or hand during conversation may seem casual, but psychology shows that such gestures trigger oxytocin released and create a sense of emotional bonding. These touches are typically brief, context appropriate, and often subconscious, signaling comfort, trust, and emotional curiosity. For example, if she lightly brushes your hand while laughing, or offers a reassuring touch when discussing personal topics, it demonstrates not only emotional attentiveness but also subtle attraction. Observing repeated and contextually consistent touch cues can help you identify patterns that point toward genuine interest especially when combined with eye contact, active listening, and playful teasing. One of the most universally recognizable yet psychologically significant signs of attraction is genuine laughter and Duchenne smiles. Duchenne smiles engage the muscles around the eyes, making them distinct from polite or social smiles, and are an indicator of true engagement and positive emotional response. When a woman laughs often at your humor, smiles spontaneously, endorphins or shows visible excitement when talking with you. These responses are linked to emotional bonding mechanisms from a neuroscience perspective. Shared laughter activities and reward pathways in the brain, fostering feelings of connection and comfort. Importantly, authentic smiles and laughter often coincide with other signs like leaning forward, mirroring, or attentive listening, creating a multiple layer pattern that reflects both subconscious attraction and genuine emotional engagement. Where a woman is genuinely interested, she often demonstrates a sort of curiosity about your life, future plans, and personal values. A psychology research on attraction suggests that people invest emotionally in others when they're evaluating long-term compatibility or seeking deeper understanding. Questions like what are your goals for the next year or who do you usually spend your free time with may seem casual, but they're subtle probes to gauge alignment, values, and relational potential. The consistent presence of these inquiries combined with attentive listening and follow-up questions reveals a pattern of genuine interest that goes beyond surface level attraction. Understanding this behavioral cue helps you interpret conversational depth as a reliable indicator of emotional engagement and potential romantic interest. Another psychological sign of attraction is when a woman playfully challenges your opinions or behaviors. So-called psychologists explain that this type of interaction serves multiple purposes. It creates playful tension, tests confidence, and establishes a sense of mutual respect. For example, she might tease you about a small habit, challenge a playful debate point, or test your reaction to humorous hypotheticals. These behaviors are really hostile, rather they're ways to measure emotional and social compatibility and to observe how you respond under like pressure. When combined with other subtle cues such as mirroring, physical proximity, and attentive listening, playful challenges indicate emotional comfort, interest, and subconscious attraction. Recognizing this pattern allows you to distinguish between casual banter and meaningful interest. One of the most subtle yet telling signs that a woman is genuinely interested is her ability to recall a small, seemingly insignificant details from past interaction. This could be remembering your favorite drink, a hobby you mentioned weeks ago, or even a minor anecdote you shared in passing. Cognitive psychology explains that our brains prioritize information that has emotional significance. When she remembers these details, it reflects that your interactions have left an impression and that she subconsciously values you. These memories are often recalled naturally in conversation, allowing her to weave them into dialogue in a way that feels effortless and sincere. The attention to detail signals emotional engagement and consistent focus on you as an individual, not just as a casual acquaintance. When paired with other behavioral signs, this pattern of recall serves as a reliable indicator of authentic attraction. Another psychological cue to watch for is subtle changes in grooming or appearance when she knows she will see you. These adjustments may be as small as touching her hair, adjusting clothing, or wearing a slightly more effortful attire than usual. Evolutionary psychology suggests that These behaviors are linked to signaling her vitality and desirability to potential partners. When the changes are repeated and context-specific, occurring primarily in your presence, they indicate a subconscious effort to impress and capture your attention. This formal nonverbal communication combined with micro expressions like smiling or eye contact enhances attraction and demonstrates her interest in being noticed by you on an emotional and physical level. A significant sign of interest is her willingness to make time for you and maintain consistent communication. Psychology shows that humans allocate attention and energy toward what they perceive as a rewarding and repeated efforts to connect signals prioritization. For example, she may respond promptly to messages, initiate conversations, or adjust her schedule to spend time with you. These behaviors indicate that she values your presence and is motivated to nurture the connection. Importantly, consistent engagement over time reflects a sustained interest rather than fleeting curiosity, making this one of the more observable and reliable behavioral indicators of genuine attraction. When a woman is attracted, her body often exhibits subtle signs of nervousness or excitement, such as a frigidity, hair twirling, or light foot tapping from a psychological standpoint. These behaviors are linked to heightened arousal and increased sympathetic nervous system activity, which occurs when someone is emotionally or romantically stimulated. While such cues may appear minor, consistent patterns across multiple interactions suggest that she is emotionally invested in your presence and subconsciously responding to her feelings of interest, coupled with positive facial expressions and engaged conversation. There's a subtle physical signs can reveal attraction even before it has verbalized. Another key psychological indicator is the nature of compliments she gives. Women who are genuinely interested tend to compliment you on qualities beyond superficial appearance, such as your personality, humor, intelligence, or accomplishment. Evolutionary and social psychology suggest that these forms of recognition are meaningful because they highlight perceived value and compatibility rather than simple physical attraction. When she complements consistently with sincerity and in contextually relevant ways, it demonstrates cognitive engagement and emotional appearance. This verbal acknowledgement, especially when paired with other cues like eye contact and attentive listening, can serve as a strong signal of authentic interest and investment in the relationship. A subtle yet powerful sign of a genuine interest is when she inquires about your friends, family, or social life. This behavior reflects her desire to understand your social world and evaluate how she fits into it. Psychology research shows that people who are attracted often subconsciously gather contextual information about a person's life to assess compatibility and emotional alignment. By asking about your relationships, hobbies, or weekend plans, she signals that she is mainly invested in your via superficial interaction. This pattern demonstrates emotional engagement and indicates that her interest is nearly fleeting. It extends to understanding who you are in a broader social and personal context. Women who are genuinely interested often initiate shared activities or experiences which serve as a way to build emotional connection and positive association. This can range from suggesting a coffee meetup to recommending a movie or an event she thinks you'd enjoy together. Psychologists suggest that shared experiences trigger dopamine or oxytocin release, creating feelings of pleasure and bonding. By proposing these moments, she's signaling that she wants to spend quality time with you and create memories that reinforce the emotional connection. These initiatives are subtle markers of attraction because they demonstrate effort, prioritization, and genuine investment in cultivating closeness. Another subtle indicator is self-grooming behaviors such as adjusting hair, clothing, or posture and your presence. Evolutionary psychology explains that these actions are a way of non-verbally signaling attractiveness and attentiveness without explicitly stating it. When she does this repeatedly when interacting with you but not necessarily with others, it demonstrates that she is subconsciously trying to present her best self. That behavior often occurs alongside other cues like eye contact and smiling and reflects a desire to attract attention while communicating interest through nonverbal channels. Recognizing these grooming cues can help you differentiate between casual friendliness and authentic attraction. Women who are interested often playfully test boundaries to gauge your confidence, sense of humor, and responsiveness. This may include testing, judging challenges, or playful disagreements. Social psychology research shows that boundary testing behaviors are ways to measure compatibility while maintaining a safe environment for emotional interaction. If done consistently and lively, these interactions indicate comfort, engagement, and curiosity about how you respond under mild social pressure. Coupled with others nonverbal cues like leaning forward or very playful, boundary testing is a reliable indicator of genuine interest and a desire to connect on multiple emotional levels. A woman who is genuinely interested often demonstrates empathy and concern for her feelings. She may ask about your emotional state, notice changes in your mood, or offer support when she senses stress or discomfort. Psychology research emphasizes that empathy is strongly linked to attraction and bonding because it signals emotional attunement and the capacity for care. When a woman consistently displays concern and engages with your emotional experiences, it reflects both attentiveness and a deeper psychological investment in your well-being. This behavior often occurs in combination with a verbal affirmation, attentive listening, and shared experiences, creating a layered network of cues that indicate authentic interest. One of the clearest behavior signs of a genuine interest is her consistent effort to initiate contact, whether through text, calls, or in-person conversations. Psychology research shows that people naturally invest attention and energy in interactions they value, and repeated initiation is a subconscious indicator of prioritization. If she frequently starts conversations, checks in to see how your day is going, or find excuses to communicate with you, it demonstrates both emotional investment and curiosity about your life. Beyond simply being friendly, this behavior reflects a conscious or subconscious desire to maintain engagement and strengthen the connection. When combined with other subtle cues like playful testing or attentive listening, initiation of contact becomes a reliable indicator of authentic attraction rather than casual friendliness. Women who are genuinely interested often share personal stories or vulnerabilities as a way of fostering intimacy and testing emotional compatibility. Psychology studies indicate that self-disclosure strengthens relational bonds because it signals trust and invites reciprocity. If she opens up about personal experiences, challenges, or meaningful memories, it's an indication that she feels emotionally safe and is willing to let you see her authentic self. That behavior is particularly revealing when she does so in a gradual, consistent manner, reflecting a desire to deepen connection without overwhelming the interaction. By recognizing and responding thoughtfully to these disclosures, you can gauge the depth of her interest and build a stronger emotional bond. If this video was useful to you, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next video. Verbal flirting is often more telling than verbal statements, and women who are interested often use subtle physical cues to communicate attraction. This may include leaning in while talking, lightly brushing against you, tilting the head during conversation, or offering lingering glances. From an evolutionary psychology standpoint, these behaviors signal availability, comfort, and interest without requiring explicit verbal expression. And when these cues are consistent, contextually appropriate, and accompanied by a positive engagement, they reflect a casual friendliness. Observing patterns of subtle nonverbal flirtation can help you distinguish authentic interest from polite social behavior. A woman who is truly interested often engages in playful curiosity or hypothetical questions to explore your thoughts, preferences, and values. For instance, she might ask, if you could travel anywhere, where would you go? Or what would you do in this situation? Social psychology shows that asking imaginative or hypothetical questions allows people to reveal personal insights and gauge incompatibility in a low-pressure environment. These interactions are often playful, desired to stimulate connection and provide clues about her level of emotional engagement. When paired with essential listening and positive nonverbal cues, these conversational tactics become a subtle yet powerful indicator of genuine interest. Another significant signal of authentic attraction is her emotional responsiveness to your moods and stories. Psychology research emphasized that people naturally gravitate towards those who evoke empathetic responses, and women who are interested often mirror or validate your emotional expressions. This could manifest as laughter when you're happy, concern when you're stressed, or excitement when you share good news. Emotional responsiveness is an unconscious form of investment, reflecting both attention and care. When combined with other behavior like eye contact, attentive listening, and personal disclosure, it forms a layered and reliable pattern that signals the genuine attraction and interest. Thank you for watching. See you soon.